Hello everyone, welcome back to Bioremediation. So I'm YASMIN IBRAHIM. Today we are going to talk about wastewater treatment. Do you know what is wastewater? Basically, this wastewater is generated from various activities such as from agricultural, domestic, and more on. So from this industry, the water generated from the various applications will be collected and will become as wastewater. It is crucial to treat wastewater because this wastewater will be recycled and will be used back to become a regular water for daily use. Without further ado, I have KAUSALYAH to report and present about this case study.
Hello everyone, my name is KAUSALYAH SELVARAJU and my matrix number is SP2006. And here I am to present about the case study which is the wastewater treatment of Sungai Batu Feringgi. So let's start about the background first. Sungai Batu Feringgi is located at Timur Laut, Pulau Pinang, Malaysia. In 2014, there was a spread of news that Batu Feringgi beach is being polluted, and this issue gained attention of the public. The beach was reported to produce an unpleasant smell that was disturbing, and this phenomenon seems to be very serious matter as it may give impact to the Batu Feringgi tourism activities. Furthermore, the appearance of Sungai Batu Feringgi observed to change from its original condition, which is the river has changed its color to from clear to the black color.
The changes that have occurred in this river contributed to the wariness of the public of what is happening because it is situated at a well-known places which is between Bayview Beach Resort and the Hard Rock Hotel. It was believed that there was a presence of E. coli that caused the changes of river color from clear to black. This bacteria was being deposited in the treatment plant sewage that is near to the Sungai Batu Feringgi origin. But the inspection that has been taken place claims that the malfunction of the control valve contributes to the incident. There was also the presence of fecal coliform that has contributed to the foul odor. The reading of fecal and E. coli coliforms were being measured, and the reading was 16,000 CFU per 100 ml for both subjects.
And then I would like to continue with comparison and discussion. There are some comparison and discussion can be done with the findings of case study and also the laboratory experiment. So I would like to start with the findings of case study experiment, which is there are authors' case study were named as Analysis of Water Quality in Batu Feringgi. The general interaction for the wastewater treatment process for the situation study is partitioned into few sections, which is 3 different samples were taken from 3 different locations around the Sungai Batu Feringgi. And there are parameters have been analyzed. These parameters have been analyzed through conducting several experiments of APHA methods according to the author's study. The experiments carried out are pH measurement, biochemical oxygen demand, which is BOD, chemical oxygen demand, which is COD, total suspended solids, TSS, and lastly ammoniacal nitrogen. Let's start with the author's discussion based on the results found. The author stated that the beach was reported to produce an unpleasant smell that was distributing and this phenomenon seems to be very serious, so that all the experiments were carried out to find out the reason, which is why the Sungai Batu Feringgi was polluted. Furthermore, the appearance of Sungai Batu Feringgi was observed to change from its original condition, which is it is very poor in condition. As a result, Batu-Ferenghi Sungai was assumed to be the root cause of Ferenghi Beach pollution, and several investigations were being attempted by the experts in order to find the various answers for these mysterious incidents. Through the experiments carried out by the author found that the area of the pollution is quite high, whereas it needed to be treated in a very short time. As per the author's suggestion, the cause of the incident might be due to human activities, which is mainly domestical waste disposal. So that the experiments carried out showed a very much polluted water's results. So let us continue with the findings of laboratory experiments that we carried out in the lab. Following that, 7 kind of various trials were completed in the lab to inspect the wastewater. The samples were taken from Gambang Water, Gambang River and also Gambang Lake. These tests are being done to figure out which areas of the water are the most polluted and possibly destructive to creatures, oceanic species and also people. There are several types of experiments carried out, which is total suspended solids, which is TSS, biochemical oxygen disposal of oxygen, which is BOD, and then COD, nitrogen measurement, pH estimation, ammoniacal nitrogen measurement, and lastly phosphorus measurement. And to continue with the discussion, meanwhile, according to the results obtained, both Sungai Gambang and Tasik Gambang are highly polluted. It concludes that Sungai Gambang sample is more polluted compared to Tasik Gambang, since in all the experiments, Gambang River sample have the highest reading, which indicates that the sample is polluted and not safe to be consumed in any of the daily use. Meanwhile, according to the results obtained, both SG and TG are highly polluted. Since there are higher actions of humans in the surrounding areas of both TG and SG, the quality of water is more polluted. Lastly, as for the comparison between both the case study and laboratory experiment, samples playing a big role. 3 samples were taken from different depths of the river in the case study, which is from Batu-Ferenghi River. Meanwhile, 2 different samples from different area were taken in the laboratory experiment. Both of these experiments can be concluded as the human actions are mostly involving in the polluted and contaminated water. Some might have caused by the industrial activities at the surrounding areas as well. This is the main reason behind the contaminated water. And that's all from my part. I would like to pass my presentation to YASMIN to continue. Thank you.
Thank you, KAUSALYAH. So I will going to continue with the rest of the report. So now we are going to discuss about what is conventional method that can be used to treat the case study, which is Sungai Batu-Ferenghi. First of all, what is actually conventional method? Conventional method is known as the commonly used method in the wastewater treatment, and this method is divided into several stages, which is pre-treatment, primary treatment, secondary treatment, and also tertiary treatment. The pre-treatment is a step to get rid of solid matters that can be found in the wastewater. This is to prevent the clogging in the wastewater treatment system. Next, the primary treatment. Primary treatment is a process of sludge removal in the sewage system, and it usually takes place in the sedimentation tank to process a sedimentation process. And basically, a coagulant will be introduced in the water to aid the settling of these heavy solids. done the part of primary treatment, is continue to the secondary treatment, which is the second stage after primary treatment. It is a process that being implemented biological treatment to enable organic matter removal. And this treatment is divided into two types, which is aerobic treatment and also anaerobic treatment. Aerobic treatment means treatment with the presence of oxygen, whereas anaerobic treatment is the treatment with the absence of oxygen. And next, we will continue the treatment with the tertiary treatment, also known as advanced treatment. This tertiary treatment is a third stage with higher effectivity of phosphorus and nitrogen removal with the application of helpful tools such as ion exchange, adsorption, and filtration. And then, in this case study of Sungai Batu Feringgi, the suggestion of conventional method of wastewater treatment is very relevant. Therefore, all of these types of treatment, such as pre-treatment, primary treatment, secondary treatment, and tertiary treatment stages, is recommendable for this case study. The last part of report is to propose bioremediation method to treat the chosen case study. First of all, bioremediation is known to be the process of biological organisms being introduced by the means to treat the pollution. The principle of this study is fully covered by the metabolic process. Basically, the organisms that were identified as adding tools in the bioremediation, including bacteria, fungi, and algae. Even though these living things are known to be tiny little creatures, they have ability to treat the environmental pollution. The bioremediation method that can be applied to treat pollution that has occurred in Sungai Batu Feringgi is microbial bioremediation. This type of remediation is implementing the usage of microorganisms to remove contaminants from the polluted origin. The contaminants are channeled to be broken down by the respective metabolic process that may convert the contaminant to become a usual microbe. And this is why microbial bioremediation is rational. So that's all for today's episode. Stay tuned for more episodes on the same day at the same time. With me, I am YASMIN IZUREEN. Don't forget to like our Facebook and Instagram at Biometers. See you on the other time. Take care. And again, what matters today? It's Biometers. Bye-bye.